Hi, I'm Erica and I live fully off-grid with my husband and 2 kids. Today I'm going to take you along as we pick crab apples and make some crabapple jelly. After moving here in the spring, we were delighted to discover that we had 2 crabapple trees. So if you don't know, crab apples are not good for that many things. They're a lot smaller than other varieties of apples and a lot more sour. So we only use them to make crab apple jelly, which is one of my favorite things to eat on a piece of bread with butter or a piece of toast. These crabapple trees have just kind of been left to their own devices. They haven't been pruned or taken care of, really. So Mark is going to prune them this fall because they're quite tall. I can't reach a lot of the apples. And when they're pruned back, they will grow better in the coming years. So every fall we plan to prune them. That way they don't get ridiculously tall and out of reach. And then they should also bear more fruit. I love picking apples because versus like berries, they fill up the bucket so fast. It doesn't take as long. Like trying to pick a bucket of blueberries take 5 times as long as picking a bucket of crab apples. We picked the apples and then left them at room temperature for probably 5 or 6 days. And they were mostly fine. There were a few ones that had gone mushy. So our first step is to sort through them, get out all the bad apples, the leaves, and other debris. Now, I will not claim to be any sort of expert on making jams or jellies. I've only made crabapple jelly once before this, and that was 4 years ago. But it's not super complicated. There are a lot of things that I would definitely do different next time. I just overcomplicated the process, and you'll see what I did in a minute. But it all worked out, it tastes delicious, and that's what matters. So I left the stems on, they don't pull off easily at all. And then once got all the apples in the pot, I rinsed them really well a couple of times. And then per pound of apples, I put a cup of water in the pot. So I had 4 pounds of apples and I used 4 cups of water. Next, I turned my burner on to medium-high heat and just cooked the apples until they were soft and very mashable. This took about 20 minutes. Next, I got out my food mill. Now, this is where I made a mistake. It's a unnecessary step, totally unnecessary. For some reason, I thought that if I used the food mill, I would get apple juice, but I was wrong, and I got applesauce, which I should have known because I knew that people use food mills to make applesauce, tomato sauce, mashed potatoes, but for whatever reason, I did it. So, if you're doing this, don't use a food mill. Now, using the food mill was also harder because I had left all the stems in there. So they were just collecting at the bottom and blocking all the holes. So I had to continually move the mixture and then try to scrape out a bunch of the collected stems at the bottom. So it was just doing that back and forth, really a waste of time. Whereas next time, I will just put everything into my pillowcase, which is what I use to strain and get the juice out. You could use cheesecloth as well. So next time I'll cook the apples and just go straight to the pillowcase and squeeze out all my juice that way. If you want a clear crabapple jelly, then you need to have a way to hang up your pillowcase or cheesecloth and just allow the juice to drip out really, really slowly. I do not have the patience for that, nor do I care about having a clear jelly. So I just go to town, squeezing as much juice as I possibly can out of this applesauce, and it took about 45 minutes and a lot of hard work, which I don't mind hard work. It was very messy as well. Next time, Mark said he's going to build me a stand with a way to twist it and hold it there, so I don't have to do so much manual squeezing, although I'm sure that's good for me. Next, I measure the juice that I've collected, and it is about 4 cups. And I just love that deep pink color. Now it's going back into the pot, and we're adding our sugar. We really value eating healthily, but we still enjoy jams and jellies and treats. So what we do is try to use the best ingredients and as little sugar as possible. So we used 3/8 of a cup of sugar per cup of juice, which most of the crabapple jelly recipes call for 1 cup of sugar per cup of juice. So I'm slowly simmering and stirring regularly while I'm sterilizing my jars and lids. So I put my jars in the oven for about 10 minutes. That sterilizes them. And then I boiled my lids for the same amount of time to sterilize them. So I'm bringing everything out. And I'm not actually going to water bath can these. We've done this multiple times with choke cherry syrup, crabapple jelly, and a couple other things. If you have something like this that's hot and sugary, you can just put the lids on and they will usually seal. Some people might tell me that is a horrible idea, but I haven't had any issues with it yet, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I'll leave a link down below to an article that explains more fully why I'm totally okay with this. Now I'm setting them aside and just allowing them to fully cool. And I will make sure that they are sealed. One ended up not sealing, so we put that in the fridge and just started using it right away. The other 2 did seal, but if they hadn't, I would have just put them in the freezer. And I left about 1 inch of headspace in the jar in case of that. There are so many great ways to use homemade jams or jellies. You can put it on bread, toast, English muffins, biscuits, pancakes, waffles, puff pancakes. I have many healthier versions of those foods on my blog, thehomeintent.com, and I'll link those down below. Mine turned out pretty thick, so I think I cooked it a little bit too long, but still delicious and totally usable. Let me know if you make crabapple jelly and if you have any tips or tricks for me. I love to hear it. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope this was helpful or inspiring. I share all about off-grid, intentional living, including homesteading and homemaking, so make sure you subscribe if you're interested in that, and I'll see you in the next video.